Hello guys, a very good evening everybody. So we are at Tirupati and the temperatures are near to 34 to 35 degrees. Well, it's still a little pretty hot even at the month of February. But anyway, so today we are flying 6E flight 7585 from Tirupati to Hyderabad on board the IndiGo's regional flagship, that is the ATR 72-600. And honestly guys, this is the first time I'm flying ATRs, and for previous flight experiences, I used to fly only IndiGo's A320s and A321neos. And speaking about A321neo, well, I also shared the in-flight review from Madurai to Hyderabad. You can check that video in my channel as well. So today let's see what special the IndiGo is offering on this regional flagship, the ATR 72-600, bound from Tirupati to Hyderabad. So alright, let's get into the check-in and get the boarding pass, and let's see where the gate is assigned to it. So without further ado guys, let's start this adventure right away. Tirupati Airport, with its ICAO code as Victor Oscar Tango Papa, under the ownership of Airports Authority of India, is a key aviation hub serving the temple city of Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, India. Located in Renigunta, which is 14 kilometers from Tirupati city and 39 kilometers from Tirumala temple. Initially, it's a small airstrip catering to limited flights, but has undergone significant upgrades over time. In 2015, a new integrated terminal was inaugurated to accommodate the increased number of passengers. By 2017, it was declared as a customs airport, which enabled on handling international flights, but although regular international operations are yet to begin. The airport features a single runway 08 by 26 spanning over 2,285 meters, which further upgraded to 3,159 meters for accommodating narrow-body aircrafts like A320s and 737s. The terminal, designed with modern amenities and can handle at least over 700 passengers per hour for smooth operations during peak travel, and it also has a night landing facilities with ILS systems and modern ATCs to enhance operational efficiencies. Alright, now it's time to share my first reactions of Tirupati Airport. Alright guys, so we are inside at the Tirupati airport. Just look at the layout, and first of all, I am really impressed with the airport design, and many stated that the design is inspired by Garuda, or aka eagle is what naturally it is called. So the airport structure is designed with Garuda symbol. You can see the arches, what you have seen at the starting, right? But just when I enter here, one thing I really like the most is this design. This is the Dasavataras, that means the 10 avatars of various gods. So there on the first is Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, and there are so many different avatars also, and center is the Lord Venkateswara Swami right there. So the significance of this airport is generally especially for tourist attraction, but not only tourist attraction, but for devotees who are coming from the states, from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and including here in Andhra Pradesh, right? So one of the interesting reason why this airport is established is during the summer seasons, right? So devotees will come from various states, from either trains or either from the planes also. But for the first time, this new terminal also helps to make a easy connectivity from Tirumala temple to Tirupati's Renigunta. Actually, this is called Renigunta, the place is. Okay, so so under the UDAN scheme, so IndiGo and including the Alliance here, which is a subsidiary airline for Air India, so they operate ATR 72s connecting from various regional connectivities. So this is where this airport has become very famous for its tourist destination and to make it an easy convenience. But if you one thing I also want to add is, if you compare it with train travel, right, so it will generally take 8 hours if you board Vande Bharat Express from Hyderabad to Tirupati. Now, but if you take a flight from Hyderabad to Tirupati, it will take 2 hours. Then you need to travel, I think, over 10 to 11 kilometers from the Renigunta airport to Tirumala's pilgrimage site. So well, it makes it very easy of connectivity, and also saves more time. So this airport has played a very key role on saving more time for passengers connecting, especially with very famous tourist places like Tirumala. Right, all right, so let's get into the security check-in. Already took the boarding pass, and after the check-in we'll head to the gate and we'll speak about the Indigo's key role on ATR 72's fleet management. So let's get dive into it. Alright guys, so check-in is completed. So we are at the gate. So we are assigned to gate 3, and just right behind me you can see right there, that's the Indigo's ATR 72-600 rolling in. Let me show you just how it looks like right up here. So one of the fascinating things, or what Indigo is operating this ATR 72-600 is, see, Government of India under Ministry of Civil Aviation has introduced a new scheme called UDAN. So under the Ministry of Civil Aviation rules, so they used this UDAN scheme specifically for connecting through very regional destination airports, and including pilgrimage sites like with the likes of Tirupati is one big example here. Then we have Darbhanga, we also have Rajamandri. Right, so there are multiple regional destinations and tourist airports that are specially built for UDAN scheme, and for that case Indigo has introduced these ATR 72 specifically for tourist passengers to travel across these attractive places. Like Tirupati is one big example I already told you about. So Indigo has the large number of ATR 72 since they inducted. Right, and one thing I'm very impressed why Indigo chose these ATR 72s is especially improving its fuel efficiency, saving time travel when it comes to regional destinations by comparing with the trains. Well, if you're asking about the trains reference from Hyderabad to Tirupati, well, I don't prefer it that much, because I already told you with the likes of Vande Bharat Express is a very good example. You can take it to 8 hours if you can cope up. But if you take a passenger train, well, especially in the festive seasons like Vaikunta Ekadasi, which is one of the auspicious events at the start of the year, right? So usually passengers will get crammed up in each of these train coaches. So it feels so discomfort, and then you need to spend at least a day. Usually there are multiple stops on that route from Hyderabad to Tirupati. So that is the reason I preferred this Tirupati airport to be as a best option for good travel experience. But not only that, even the architecture also looks very impressive with the likes. So you can see everything is surrounded with the mountains just right over here, and then also you can see just right up there. And well, you know, even the weather, I've already told you, it's a bit foggy, and obviously and temperature is also pretty hot outside, around 32 to 35 degrees. So pretty early summer perhaps. But yeah, so I'm looking forward for this amazing flight experience of Indigo's ATR 72. But really, once again, Indigo did a good job on introducing these ATR 72s for ease of connectivity, and let's see how this flight plays an amazing role in terms of an ease of regional connectivity. So let's start our flight journey to Hyderabad from Tirupati. After a wait for over half an hour, our plane has finally arrived, coming from Bengaluru. Today's flight, we are flying Indigo's ATR 72-600, registered as Victor Tango India X-Ray Whiskey, with its MSN registration as 1572, and its airframe age is over 5 years old. This aircraft is powered by two Pratt & Whitney's PW127M with its thrust range of 2750 shaft horsepower, and can cruise at a maximum altitude between 13,000 to 15,000 feet, which is suitable for regional connectivity. As of today, IndiGo operates around 48 ATR 72-600 with its 2x2 seat configuration and its maximum capacity of 76 passengers. The IndiGo's ATR 72 seats were built by Explicit, which is a French aerospace manufacturer specialized on building lightweight titanium seat designs. Alright, now it's time to board the aircraft. Alright guys, welcome on board the IndiGo's ATR 72-600 and you can see the flight is fully packed. For today's flight I've been assigned on seat 15F and very excited to fly the ATR 72 for the first time. Now it's time for departure from Tirupati.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on board 5607585. Hyderabad is 1 hour away. Our EVT today, Captain Army First Officers only will alongside our crew members. Simran and I assure you, cabin crew member, we speak Hindi and English. Always safe to service from the heart. We committed to making your journey hassle-free and comfortable. Your cooperation with crew instructions helps us provide you a better journey ahead. Thank you and have a wonderful flight.
seat, first the layout, and first impressions. The design looks very nice indeed, easy to operate. Let's start up with this seat back pockets, and you have the IndiGo's safety instruction card, very detailing safety instruction card of ATR, both English and Hindi transcripts, and you also have the Hello 60 magazine as well. Let's keep it right here, and followed by this tray table. You can flip it up and open it up, and looks a bit smaller side, especially for the 50 minutes connectivity. So good design of this table. And coming to the legroom space, the space looks pretty good, at least for this 50 minutes flight, and you can also stretch your legs, and you can see the gap size looks pretty normal indeed. So you can see just right outside, like I said, cruising up at 12,000 to 14,000 feet. Look at the weather, it's very foggy, just right up here, and although it's a very sunny morning, and like I said, the weather at Tirupati was around 32 to 35 degrees, so we are entering into a bit early summer here. But anyway, so speaking about the ATR, well, indeed, from my point of view, I like ATR 72s, but most importantly, when it comes to safety records, well, there have been one or two incidents happen. Just recently, what you have seen was the Airbus Airlines flight 2283, which crashed at Sao Paulo, killing all on board. So I also published that video also about the cause of the crash. But one thing I was pretty surprised, the vulnerabilities of ATR 72 is the icy conditions. See, usually when it comes to any regional connectivity, ATRs usually cruises between 12,000 to 14,000 feet, like I said. So imagine if you are encountering in harsh weather conditions, and when the pilots use anti-ice systems. Sometimes, the ATR doesn't handle so much when it comes to ice accumulation on the wings. So that is the reason it's up to the pilot's decision whether to continue his approach or whether to initiate a go around in terms of the harsh weather conditions. So one thing I would like to say is there are so much improvements needed in terms of the design specification of the aircraft. But when I first saw the cabin layout of IndiGo's ATR, well, it looks amazing, both with 2-door configuration. And I was about to tell you about the importance of why IndiGo has chosen the ATR 72. I've already told you, but this is a very good example that I am showing you in this flight. So one thing I'm pretty satisfied is both cost cutting, especially when it comes to the 50 minutes of flights, and also easy connectivity, like I told you before, when it comes to tourist destinations. So that is one of the best initiatives, opting IndiGo taking ATR 72. But there is another airline what expected to be operating Embraer 175, that is E175. So that airline was Air Costa, using Embraer E175. I've never flown Air Costa for a while, but it was also a startup airline using that type of aircraft, but unfortunately it was discontinued, mostly because of its performance didn't go well. So that's a result, other airlines, especially the startup airlines, not only IndiGo, but take an example of Fly 91, taking the ATR 72 as a benchmark for regional connectivities, both with tourist attractions. So that is a very good initiative for startups to take ATR 72 as a benchmark platform for low-cost connectivity. So IndiGo has been operating this ATR 72s, I think, over the past 5 to 6 years now, and it also has a vast number of ATR 72s, which you can see that number figures on your video screens. Those are the fleet size of what ATR 72 is using by IndiGo. Right. So, well, indeed, like I said at the start, this is my first experience of ATR 72. So we are already in a mid-flight. We have just departed at Tirupati around 25 to 30 minutes ago. So we will be arriving Hyderabad in another half an hour. So we will see you at Hyderabad, and I'll give you the in-flight summary soon. So let's enjoy this flight. It's been 30 minutes since departure, and Captain announced his estimated arrival to Hyderabad. Surprisingly, he also shares an update on ICC Champions Trophy match between India and Pakistan, which surprised me with the match ongoing and updating match scores on flight. I really loved it.
Expecting touchdown another 20 minutes. Temperature of 29 degrees Celsius is reported in Hyderabad with easterly winds. Thanking our lead Aishwarya and Simran for their service today in the cabin. And thanking you once again for choosing IndiGo for your travel. Hope to see you next time to have a pleasant stay in Hyderabad. And just now we've got information that match between India and Pakistan has been restricted to 241 all out. And we've got a target of 242 to win against Pakistan. Have a lovely evening and see you. Thank you.
इंडिया जीत जाएगा जाना है 241 पे होगा यार 10 ओवर की छूट है यार सीधी 240 के मारे ने 7 ओवर की छूट है इंडिया नाले होना ए पोजीशन ते भी आ रहेगी और लिखकर किन्ने पैने पाकिस्तान वाले भी किन्ने पहुंच गए पाकिस्तान ਦਾ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਉਤਰਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਟੇ ਪੈ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਬਾਕੀ ਵਰਲਡ ਕੱਪ ਜਿੱਤਣਾ ਵੀ ਪਰਫਾਰਮੈਂਸ मैं गिनता सी मैं 180 के चली
Alright guys, so we have finally arrived at Hyderabad. So well, what an experience flying the first time the IndiGo ATR 72. So quick summary of the flight. Well, crew is very good and they cooperated very well, and flight has been delayed for just over 5 to 10 minutes from Tirupati. And one interesting thing to all Indian viewers, well in fact today we have the Champions Trophy match with India facing against Pakistan live at Dubai. And by the way, and I have my phone just right there, you can see Pakistan is now all out with 241 runs. So India is now on a batting for the target. So let's hope India wins this match. Well, it's a blockbuster match today, and yeah, but what a fancy announcement by the flight crew announcing about the cricket match. So that's really very interesting to listen the scores, what's going on today's match indeed. But anyway, well, what a flight and what an experience. So this is my in-flight experience of IndiGo's ATR 72, and I'll be looking forward for more in-flight reviews soon. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and we will see you again in the next one. Until then guys, first flights and soft landings.